Hey y'all, this is Shayla from Making Lemonade from Lemons, and I just wanted to go over some things. Yes, we are in a completely different setting than normal. I'm normally out there in my garden area or in my yard, but today I wanted to talk to you because I am also a homeschool mom. And yes, I'm in my bedroom. I'm in bed, in my bed. I'm have my books and my computer around me, and this is what I do whenever I have migraines or if my back's really hurting bad. I will come back here and I'll work on their curriculum, that kind of thing, so that I'm not wasting time. Sometimes I just have to sleep it off, but if I can do something else, I will. So, anyways, this curriculum is the curriculum that I'm using for my my oldest two. I have a soon-to-be 12-year-old who turns 12 on the 24th, and then I have a 14-year-old who is going to be using this Hearts for Him through high school. We've used Heart of Dakota from the very beginning of our high school, our homeschool journey, and my middle son Isaac has always done the same curriculum as my oldest. So I'm just going to keep him going with the same curriculum. I just won't graduate him until he's ready. He'll just keep taking classes until then. He can take some small classes at the community college, that kind of thing, but still not be graduated from quote unquote graduated from high school, because I think that he would be too young to actually go to college, that kind of thing. But he's perfectly capable of doing the work. He has shown that he's able to do the work, so I'm going to keep him following this. Anyway, so I wanted you guys to see, there's my planner that I write everything out in. It's my homeschool planner. And then this is their science. This has got tests and quizzes and everything. So this is their science manual. So Hearts for Him through high school. One of the things that I have really, really loved about this, I love it about all of the Heart of Dakota curriculum, is that if you look, I'm going to give you just a little shot of one of the days. It has everything planned out for you. So you have your lesson, like this year is World Geography, so they have the World Geography. Then they have their geography activities. They've got Living Library, which is actually can be used as extra credit. Their World Religion and Culture, their Foreign Language, their Logic, their Literature Study, their Composition and Grammar. They've got Bible, Math, and Science. I also have two other electives for them. They have music and they have health, which they will be doing this year as well. So what I also love about this, it gives you such in-depth information about the books, and there's their earning credits and possible grading scale. These are their course descriptions, and it talks about the course materials. Then it talks about your suggested grading. Okay, so it talks about the oral narratives. It tells you what days each type of narrative should be done, what percentage of the total grade. Then it's got your timeline book of centuries entries, 10% of the total grade. Then your expedition journal entries, which is 25% of the total grade. and it talks about more in depth about those. Then your completion of map drawings and mapping the world with art, which is 25% of your total grade, and it gives you all the ones that you're supposed to draw and map out. Okay, then it's got your geography projects and review maps from the activity section. Mapping around the world with art, 15% of the grade. Final project, create a world map from mapping the world with art, 5% of the total grade. 7 wonders of the world, 5% of your total grade. And then these are the extra credit, which can go up to, add up to 10% to your total grade. So I really love that it has actually spelled everything out so nice and neatly. It does that with each of the other courses in the book. So then what I have done, once I figured out, once I purchased it and I figured out that yes, I wanted to just go ahead and continue with the grading scale and that kind of thing the same way. I am also using what is called Homeschool Tracker. It is at homeschooltracker.com, and it's a I have a monthly subscription. You can actually pay for you can pay for the year or whatever, and it's cheaper that way, but I wanted to try it out before I actually purchased it. And I want to show you guys, and what I'll do is I'll leave a link. Let's see, I'll leave a link up there or down there. I don't remember. Anyways, it's one of those places. I'll leave a link in the description. I think it's down there. Down there. I'll leave a link in the description about for the homeschooltracker.com, and I'll leave a link to the curriculum that I use just in case anybody is interested. So I wanted to show you guys real quick what I love about this this tracker is so you have your courses, and you can go here to the courses and manage your course list. Okay, so let me go here to World Geography, and then you can go up here to Action, and I'm going to click Edit just so that you guys can see how it is set up. So it is World Geography. It is a history. It's going to be 1 credit for history. I just did basic calculation option because it's going to be based off of grades, not off of time spent. Default grading scale, and then I clicked use weighted grading, because remember how I was reading off the percentages of the activities, what activity would be how much percent of the grade, right? So I was able to add each activity here. So Book of Centuries entry is 10% of the grade. Create a world map is 5% of the grade. The expedition journal entry is 25%. The map drawing, 25%. Mapping the world with art, 15. Oral narrations, 15. And 7 Wonders of the World project, 5. And so I really love it because all I have to do, if I go here and I look at my calendar view agenda, and I've only put, the last couple weeks have been a soft start for my boys. If you see, it's just reading and review stuff for the, until that was last week. This week is still reading and review, math skills reviews, that kind of thing, and vocabulary, which is really important to keep up with for them. So what I did here was I've already put in their activities here. what they're supposed to do on Monday. So if I click here on World Geography, I have to right click it. Nope. Double click, sorry. Alright, it brings up this so that I can show you how I entered this in. So I'm going to click more. So it shows you what I entered in. Alright, so it's Isaac. It's the same thing for Nick. Nick says the same thing. History, World Geography. Then they have an expedition journal entry that they're supposed to do. Their resources, which are the expedition journal, Bible, and Marvels of Mankind DVD. So then you go down here and it's in Unit 1, Box 1. It says the view of the map of the Table of Nations after the dispersion of the Tower of Babel. View and point to the places from the scriptures of the map. It says watch Marvels of Mankind DVD about Cairo. And then, so this is just a summary of what the curriculum says. I just did a summary here of what the curriculum says because I'm not going to type out word for word what that says since I can look it up. I only do this so that I can keep track of it because this also will count their attendance for me. So I enter this in, it counts it as the attendance. So because this activity is a non-graded, see it says possible grade here is 0. So it's a non-graded activity, okay? For the graded activities, I'll click this one. All right. It gives you a short summary here. It says, okay, that one is the extra credit one. Let me see if I can find the non-extra credit. Let's see. World Geography. That's the sign above the door. There's more World Geography. There's more World Geography. Alright. So they have several. They've got 4 different assignments on World Geography that they have to do for that day. And that's the reason it kind of is a little bit confusing maybe, but whenever you get into it, it makes more sense than it looks like it does. So anyway, so I open this up and this is a graded activity. So this one is the World History Oral Narrations. Book of Discovery is the book that they have to read. They read pages 1 through 8 and orally narrate using keywords and phrases, and they've got to use some of these phrases. Okay, so that just gives it to me right there so that if they're doing it and I have this up in front of me, then I can go ahead and grade it. And they have 100 possible points. And then what will happen is I put in their grade here, click that the student completed it, save it, and then it automatically will do the calculations for me so that whenever I go in to do their report card or I go in to look at their grades, because here are the reports. They have attendance, course list, daily task list, home away, which means if we had to keep track of time that they were away from home doing their schoolwork, then we could do that, but we don't have to do that in our state. The report card, your resources, time spent sessions, transcript. Here's another transcript and transcript full page. And they actually it does all the calculations for you. It has your database, that kind of thing. So I'm keeping that here because it will be easier for me to do that, but I'm also keeping a written record just in case something happens, and that's what this is for. That is one of the reasons that I printed out this homeschool planner. It's just from Christian Book Distributor, and it was a free printable that they sent out this year, and this is 2019-2020. And it's got your weekly planner pages, it's got your calendar pages, which I filled in some. I haven't done much, and actually I can actually print more of these pages out. I can print as many of these pages out as I need to print out, and I didn't do that. I only printed a few of each just so that I could get it in the binder. There's an hourly schedule. I didn't show you guys the homeschool planner part, which I have written out here. Those are for Nick and Isaac. I haven't done Evan's yet because I don't actually do grades for my boys until high school, not because they can't do grades, but because I would rather them learn for the learning purpose rather than for grades. And they have done that, so I just don't, grades are, anyways, I have my thoughts on grades. Anyways, there's hourly schedule. There's my attendance tracker, which I haven't filled in yet, which I will. My current curriculum shopping list, there's a report card if I wanted to print one out. And then there's reading logs that they will be using. There's to-do list and field trip log, and then there's a weekly organizer. There are goals. Those are the goal tracker, so these are where I will put their grades in. So I've got to print out multiple of these so that they can have one for each child, and then just some blank notes pages, and then there's some blank sheet protectors. Anyways, so I just thought that I would show you guys what I'm doing with my boys for school. I will show you guys. I'll do another video where it shows you guys the actual books that come along with this. I'm actually waiting for a few more books to come in before we delve into this, because like I said, I've just been doing review stuff for them for last week and this week, because I think it's important to do the review, even though we do kind of do reading and math during the summer anyways. I still want to keep up with doing a review first, and then they'll get headstrong into this next week. Anyways, if you like the video, click like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, share if you think that you know someone that can use this information. And thanks so much for spending time with us, and I hope you guys have a good evening, and we'll see you soon.